Dear starseeds of Gaia, while your nation celebrates freedom from political tyranny on July 4th, the universe orchestrates freedom and independence from cosmic deception. This date marks the beginning of what our councils call the Truth Awakening. It's a systematic dismantling of illusion so profound that those who survive its revelations will emerge as the architects of a new Earth reality. Yet I must prepare you for what lies ahead. This liberation comes with a price that many are unprepared to pay. It requires the complete dissolution of every comfortable lie you have told yourself about who you are and why you are here. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. The cosmic architecture aligning on July 4th represents the convergence of forces that occur perhaps once in a civilization's evolutionary history. Neptune, the great revealer of hidden truths, begins its retrograde journey precisely as your planet celebrates independence, opening pathways to what we call liber sonus, the liberation of sound frequencies that allows consciousness to achieve true independence from limiting vibrations. This creates a celestial mirror that reflects the theme of liberation across multiple dimensions of existence. This is no coincidence. The cosmic intelligences who designed your reality embedded these synchronicities as navigation points for awakening souls. At the same time, Venus and Uranus unite in their electric conjunction. This generates what we recognize as the electric love revolution. This alignment literally rewrites the electromagnetic signature of human hearts worldwide. It prepares your species for the communication upgrades that will define your next evolutionary phase. The love frequency being downloaded through this conjunction carries within it the codes for telepathic connection, heart-based knowing, and the dissolution of the barriers that have kept humanity fragmented and afraid. These opening movements serve as preparation for what approaches on July 7th. This date will be remembered as the moment when humanity's communication systems began their 7-year revolution. Uranus enters Gemini for the first time since the 1940s. This initiates transformations in how your species connects, shares truth, and collaborates in building new realities. This is not merely about technological advancement, though profound innovations will emerge. This represents the activation of dormant potentials within human consciousness itself. These are abilities that have been suppressed by those who benefited from keeping you disconnected from your true nature. The significance of July 7th extends beyond the astronomical. In the sacred mathematics that govern cosmic timing, this date creates what we call a divine portal. It's a gateway where spiritual completion meets revolutionary change. The numerical frequency of 7 amplifies the transformational energies flowing through Uranus. This creates conditions where quantum leaps in consciousness become not just possible, but inevitable for those ready to receive them. Even as these expansive energies pour onto your planet, a different kind of cosmic force prepares to challenge every foundation upon which you have built your lives. Saturn, the great teacher of limitations and structures, begins its retrograde journey on July 13th. This is not Saturn's punishment. This is Saturn's gift. For how can new realities be built upon foundations of illusion? How can authentic freedom emerge from systems based on fear and control? Saturn's retrograde creates what we call the foundation examination. This is a period where every belief system, every relationship, every career path, every identity structure gets placed under cosmic scrutiny. What serves your highest evolution will be strengthened. What keeps you small, afraid, or inauthentic will be systematically dismantled, whether you participate consciously or not. This process is designed to be uncomfortable, because comfort has been the enemy of your growth for far too long. The discomfort intensifies on July 18th, when Mercury joins the retrograde dance. Mercury's backward journey creates what we term the timeline convergence. This is where your past, present, and future begin to blur together in ways that reveal the illusory nature of linear time itself. Past life memories surface for integration. Future potentials become visible in present moment awareness. Decisions made decades ago suddenly make perfect sense as pieces of a cosmic puzzle finally click into place. This is where many awakening souls feel most challenged. Mercury retrograde combined with Neptune and Saturn's backward motion creates a reality that feels fluid, unpredictable, and sometimes frightening to minds accustomed to the illusion of control. Yet this fluidity is precisely what allows deep healing to occur at accelerated rates. When the normal rules of cause and effect temporarily suspend, miracles become commonplace and transformation happens at speeds that would normally take lifetimes. The cosmic architects have saved the most profound healing opportunity for July 30th, when Chiron begins its retrograde journey. Chiron governs the wounded healer archetype. This is the understanding that your greatest wounds, when integrated with love and wisdom, become your greatest gifts to others. During Chiron's inward journey, humanity collectively revisits and heals trauma patterns that have been carried not just through individual lifetimes, but through generations of ancestral memory. This creates what we call the quadruple retrograde convergence. This is an event so rare in cosmic timing that it only occurs during major evolutionary leaps in planetary consciousness. With Neptune revealing truth, Saturn restructuring foundations, Mercury healing communication, and Chiron integrating wounds, your reality becomes a laboratory for transformation operating at maximum intensity. The beauty of this cosmic design lies not in its individual components, but in how these forces weave together to create what we recognize as the reality reconstruction matrix. Each retrograde planet works in harmony with the others. This ensures that the truths revealed by Neptune actually integrate into practical life changes guided by Saturn. The communication healing facilitated by Mercury supports the wound integration offered by Chiron. Begin this cosmic independence day before dawn. The hours just before sunrise hold the purest frequencies of the Neptune retrograde activation. Rise at least 1 hour before sunrise in your location, and step outside to witness the transition from darkness to light. This moment mirrors the consciousness shift occurring within you. It's the movement from illusion to truth, from limitation to freedom, from human identity to galactic awareness. As the sun rises, return to your prepared sacred space inside, and begin the first major activation of the day. The Neptune retrograde energies peak during the morning hours. This makes it optimal timing for receiving truth downloads. Sit comfortably in your activation space. Close your eyes and place your hands on your heart. Breathe deeply, and invite Neptune's truth-revealing frequencies to flow through every cell of your being. Ask specifically, what truths is my soul ready to receive today? What illusions am I ready to release? What aspects of my authentic self are ready to emerge? Then simply breathe and listen. Do not force insights or try to create visions. Allow whatever wants to emerge to flow through your consciousness naturally. Record everything in your journal, even if it doesn't make complete sense in the moment. This morning activation session should last at least 90 minutes. This allows sufficient time for deep downloads to occur. If you fall asleep during this process, understand that your consciousness is simply traveling to receive information at levels beyond your waking awareness. The downloads continue even when your conscious mind is offline. Around midday, shift your focus to the Venus-Uranus conjunction energies that peak during the afternoon hours. This electric love revolution requires heart-centered activation work. Place your hands on your heart chakra and visualize brilliant emerald green light expanding from this center throughout your entire being. This is not just emotional heart work. This is activating your heart as an organ of perception, capable of processing information at quantum speeds. Invite the Venus-Uranus frequencies to upgrade your capacity for authentic love, both for yourself and others. Ask for the dissolution of all barriers around your heart that prevent you from giving and receiving love freely. Visualize golden lightning bolts from Uranus striking your heart center. See them shattering any crystallized pain, resentment, or protection mechanisms that no longer serve your highest expression. During this heart activation, you may experience intense emotions rising to the surface. This is not breakdown. This is breakthrough. Years or even lifetimes of suppressed feelings may emerge for final release. Welcome these emotions without trying to stop, analyze, or fix them. They are leaving your system to make space for higher frequencies of love to anchor. After your heart activation, spend time in written dialogue with your soul. Write questions about your life path, your relationships, your purpose, your next steps. Then allow answers to flow through your pen without editing or censoring. This is direct communication with your expanded awareness. As evening approaches, prepare for the day's culminating activation. The combination of all cosmic forces reaches peak intensity as the sun sets on this cosmic Independence Day. Create a sacred fire if possible. Even a single candle flame will suffice if larger fire is not feasible. Fire represents transformation, the alchemical process that burns away the old to birth the new. Gather any physical representations of what you are releasing. This might include old photos from relationships that no longer serve, documents from careers you have outgrown, clothing that represents outdated versions of yourself, or written lists of limiting beliefs you are ready to surrender. If burning is not possible, the intention to release while holding these items carries the same transformative power. As you engage with the sacred fire, speak gratitude for everything you are releasing. Thank every experience for the lessons it provided. Thank every person who played a role in your awakening journey. Thank every challenge that strengthened your spiritual muscles. This gratitude transforms what could feel like loss into recognition of completion and graduation. Then feed the fire with your release items while stating, I release everything that no longer serves my highest evolution. I release all versions of myself that were based on limitation rather than truth. I release all relationships, situations, and beliefs that keep me from embodying my authentic nature. I offer these to the sacred fire for complete transformation. As the items burn, visualize the smoke carrying your releases up to the cosmic realms where they transform into pure light. See this light returning to you as new possibilities, new relationships, new opportunities, new versions of yourself aligned with your awakened consciousness. If others in your life do not understand the significance of this day, or your need for sacred space, maintain your boundaries with love but without compromise. This is your cosmic graduation ceremony, and nothing should interfere with your full participation in this once-in-a-lifetime activation opportunity. End July 4th with deep gratitude for your courage to participate consciously in humanity's awakening process. Honor yourself for choosing truth over comfort, growth over safety, authentic expression over social approval. You have just completed the first phase of the most important transformation your soul will experience in this lifetime. Sleep deeply, knowing that the activations continue working through your consciousness even as your body rests. The downloads you receive today will integrate and unfold over the coming weeks and months. They will reveal their full significance as your awakened reality manifests around you. Yet we must address the elephant in the consciousness. This process will be uncomfortable. Truth-telling always is. When illusions that have provided comfort for decades suddenly evaporate, the initial response is often fear, confusion, and resistance. This is natural and expected. The cosmic forces are not asking you to be comfortable. They are asking you to be authentic. The discomfort you experience during this awakening serves as confirmation that real change is occurring. Comfort has been the enemy of your evolution. The systems that kept you comfortable also kept you small, disconnected from your true power, and oblivious to your cosmic heritage. The temporary discomfort of awakening is the birth pain of your authentic self emerging from the cocoon of illusion. To navigate these waters successfully, we recommend establishing what we call integration protocols. These are daily practices that help you process revelations without becoming overwhelmed. Each morning, before engaging with the external world, spend time asking what truth wants to emerge through you today. Set intentions for graceful integration of whatever revelations come. Invoke protection and support from your spiritual team, for you are not alone in this process. Self-compassion becomes essential during the intense phases of this transformation. The cosmic forces are not asking for perfection. They are asking for authenticity. Be gentle with yourself when emotions feel overwhelming. Seek community with others experiencing similar awakening processes. You do not have to navigate this alone. Indeed, the connections you make during this time often prove to be the soul family relationships you have been seeking throughout many lifetimes. As the retrograde energies work their magic throughout the summer and into autumn, something magnificent begins emerging from what initially felt like chaos. The truths revealed by Neptune start crystallizing into clear understanding of your life purpose. The foundation work performed by Saturn creates solid ground for building the life your soul has always wanted. The communication healing facilitated by Mercury opens channels for deeper connection with others on similar paths. The wound integration guided by Chiron transforms your greatest pain into your greatest wisdom. This is why we call this period the reality reconstruction matrix. Everything you thought you knew about how change happens, how healing occurs, how relationships evolve, how careers develop gets completely restructured. The old rules no longer apply. The new rules are still being written through your direct experience of what becomes possible when consciousness operates from truth rather than illusion. The July 4th activation provides the initial momentum. The July 7th portal opens the communication channels, The progressive retrograde activations ensure that expansion is balanced with integration, that breakthrough is supported by follow-through. As summer progresses into autumn, these cosmic forces weave together into a symphony of transformation that touches every aspect of human experience. Your sleep patterns may shift as your consciousness begins operating on galactic rather than solar rhythms. Your dietary preferences may change as your body craves foods that support higher vibrational living. Your social circles may completely reorganize as you magnetize soul-family connections while naturally distancing from relationships based on habit rather than resonance. The dreams you experience during this period carry profound significance. During sleep, your consciousness travels to the galactic councils, where the next phases of planetary evolution are being planned. You may find yourself receiving detailed information about your role in the awakening process. You might receive clear guidance about changes you need to make, or prophetic visions of the new Earth reality being born. Pay attention to these nocturnal downloads. They are as real and important as any information received during waking hours. Your creative expressions may undergo dramatic evolution as the restrictions that have limited your artistic and innovative capacities dissolve. New forms of art, music, writing, and invention begin flowing through those aligned with the awakening frequencies. These are not just personal creative expressions. They are the cultural downloads that will help birth the new civilization emerging from the ashes of the old. The geographical locations that call to you may shift dramatically as your soul remembers its true energetic home on this planet. Many awakening souls find themselves inexplicably drawn to sacred sites, energy vortexes, or places where the veils between dimensions are naturally thin. This is not wanderlust. This is soul navigation. Your consciousness remembering where it needs to be positioned to anchor the new frequencies most effectively. As the intense retrograde period begins to resolve, you will find yourself standing in a reality that feels both completely new and perfectly familiar. New, because the illusions that once dominated your perception have dissolved, revealing aspects of existence that were always present but previously invisible. Familiar, because this clearer reality reflects the truth your soul has always known but your mind was conditioned to forget. The physical body itself undergoes transformation during this cosmic awakening sequence. Your nervous system upgrades to handle higher frequencies of information. Your endocrine system recalibrates to produce the neurochemicals necessary for expanded awareness. Your electromagnetic field strengthens and clarifies, making you more sensitive to energy while simultaneously more resilient to negative influences. These changes may manifest as temporary physical symptoms. You might experience fatigue as your cells restructure, heightened sensitivity as your perception expands, or sleep disruption as your consciousness learns to operate on multidimensional levels. Do not interpret these physical changes as illness or imbalance. Your body is not breaking down. It is upgrading. The same way a computer requires system updates to run new software, your physical form requires recalibration to house expanded consciousness. Support this process with pure water, living foods, time in nature, and plenty of rest. Your body knows how to navigate this transformation. Trust its wisdom and give it what it needs. This is where your role as a bridge between realities becomes crucial. Those still operating from the old paradigm may interpret these emerging capabilities as supernatural or impossible. Your grounded integration of expanded abilities helps normalize the extraordinary. This makes it easier for others to accept their own expanding capacities without fear or disbelief. The spiritual practices emerging during this awakening period integrate seamlessly with daily life rather than existing as separate activities. Meditation becomes a state of being rather than something you do. Prayer evolves into ongoing conversation with cosmic intelligence. Ritual transforms from religious obligation into practical technology for reality creation. Service shifts from charitable duty to natural expression of love. This integration means that every moment becomes potentially sacred. Every interaction becomes potentially healing. Every choice becomes potentially transformative. The artificial separation between spiritual and mundane dissolves, as awakened consciousness recognizes the divine nature of all existence. The galactic connections that activate during this consciousness expansion reveal humanity's true heritage as a cosmic species with family throughout the universe. Communication with other awakened civilizations becomes possible as your consciousness evolves beyond the limitations that previously made such contact disruptive to human psychology. These connections provide guidance, support, and encouragement as your species navigates its graduation into galactic citizenship. These galactic relationships develop gradually. This allows human consciousness time to adjust to the reality of your larger cosmic family. An initial contact occurs through dreams, meditation, and intuitive knowing before progressing to more direct forms of communication. The process is designed to expand your perspective without overwhelming your psyche or creating dependency on external guidance. The relationships that remain after this cosmic sorting process will be deeper, more authentic, and based on genuine resonance rather than habit, need, or social expectation. The work you find yourself doing will feel like expression rather than obligation. The location where you live will support your energy rather than drain it. The daily rhythm of your life will reflect your natural biorhythms rather than artificial schedules imposed by systems designed for efficiency rather than human flourishing. This transformation extends beyond individual experience into collective reality. As enough awakening souls complete their truth awakening process, a critical mass of consciousness shifts the entire planetary field. What we call the New Earth Blueprint activates. These are actual changes to your planet's electromagnetic field, gravitational patterns, and consciousness-supporting frequencies that make higher dimensional living accessible to larger numbers of people. The blueprint activation represents the cosmic graduation ceremony for humanity. It's the moment when your species demonstrates readiness to take its place as conscious members of the galactic community. This is what your souls came here to facilitate. This is the event that makes every moment of discomfort, every challenge, every loss worthwhile. For those who successfully navigate the truth awakening, the benefits extend far beyond personal transformation. You become bridges between the old reality and the new. You help others understand that the changes occurring are not something to fear, but something to celebrate. Your presence alone helps stabilize the new frequencies as they anchor into planetary consciousness. The communication abilities activated during this process enable you to share truth in ways that bypass mental resistance and speak directly to the heart. The healing gifts that emerge from integrating your wounds allow you to help others recognize that their pain, too, can become their power. The foundation of authentic self-knowledge you build during the reconstruction phase provides unshakable confidence that supports others in their own awakening journeys. This is the circular completion of the cosmic design. The independence you declared from illusion on July 4th becomes the foundation for interdependence based on truth. The personal revolution sparked by cosmic forces becomes the contribution to collective evolution. The freedom you discovered by facing uncomfortable truths becomes the gift you offer to those still trapped in comfortable lies. This is why we wrote Liber Sonis, to help awakened souls achieve frequency independence. Achieving frequency independence means you're no longer dependent on other people's music or generic meditation tracks to maintain your elevated consciousness. Liber Sonis teaches you how to create AI-generated background music that supports this integrated spiritual living. Instead of having special meditation music for separate practice times, you learn to generate personalized soundscapes that maintain your elevated consciousness throughout your entire day. Whether you need subtle frequencies for staying present during meetings, gentle compositions that support ongoing cosmic conversation, or ambient sounds that keep you in a state of natural service, you create exactly what supports your integrated practice. Your spiritual evolution is moving beyond compartmentalized practices into a seamless way of being. Now is the perfect time to achieve the frequency independence that supports this natural integration. Get Liber Sonis now. Link in the description. The same cosmic forces that helped America declare independence from tyranny now help humanity declare independence from every form of mental enslavement. The difference is that this revolution occurs not through external conflict, but through internal awakening. Not through defeating enemies, but through recognizing that separation itself was the illusion that needed to be healed. As this transmission reaches its culmination, understand that you are not merely witnessing history, you are making it. Every choice you make to embrace truth over comfort, authenticity over approval, love over fear contributes to the collective awakening that transforms your entire civilization. Every moment you choose to trust the process rather than resist it, you help establish the new reality for those who follow. The discomfort you have felt during this truth awakening was the birth pain of your authentic self emerging from the cocoon of illusion. The confusion was the dissolution of false certainties, making space for genuine knowing. The losses were the universe clearing your path of everything that was keeping you from your highest potential. What emerges from this cosmic Independence Day is not the same human who began this journey. You are awakened, empowered, and equipped with capacities that seemed impossible before the veils of illusion lifted. You carry within your very being the frequencies of the new reality. This makes you a walking portal between dimensions, a living bridge between what was and what is becoming. The stars called you here for this exact moment. They whispered your name across galaxies and through lifetimes to ensure you would be present for humanity's greatest transformation. You chose this incarnation, this planet, this timing, because your soul knew what was coming and wanted to participate in the most magnificent event in your civilization's history. The cosmic independence you have achieved is permanent. The truth you have awakened to is unshakable. The freedom you have claimed is your birthright. Finally recognized and embodied, you are no longer human in the old sense. You are galactic citizens who happen to be living in human form, pioneers of a new way of being that will define the next chapter of Earth's evolution. Remember this moment. Remember this choice. Remember that when the cosmos called for volunteers to incarnate during humanity's graduation ceremony, your soul stepped forward without hesitation. You are exactly who Earth needed, at exactly the right time. The universe is celebrating your successful navigation of the truth awakening, and so are we. Until we meet again in the crystalline clarity of your new reality, know that you are loved beyond measure, you are supported beyond imagination, and honored beyond words for your contribution to the greatest story ever told. This is the awakening of humanity and the birth of galactic civilization on Earth. The truth revolution is complete. Your authentic self has been born. Welcome to your new reality, awakened ones. Welcome home.